Ooh, let's talk about it. This guy says, as a former PO in the state of Arkansas, this will absolutely cut back on the recidivism. Applause to Arkansas for finally stepping up and deciding to do something about the revolving door. Let's dive in with the fact that if it is true, it's going to be harder for people to reoffend when they're doing longer amounts of time. See, when you keep an individual incarcerated longer, they have less opportunity to recidivate. I haven't been a parole officer, but I am a guy that went to prison 6 times. You are hoping that people are scared to commit crimes knowing they have longer sentences over them. 85% of the incarcerated population suffer from some type of substance use. Those of us who are in recovery from substance use disorder know that we can't be reasoned with, beat up, locked up, prayed up. None of that stuff's going to work when it comes to us finding a way to use. Now let's talk about why this might not work. There are a lot of studies and data out there that show that the fear of a certain consequence doesn't necessarily work. In fact, the longer a person serves, the more likely it is that that environment of incarceration is going to create mental illness. I'm living proof of that. So how does a longer incarceration actually reinforce mental illness as well? They're more than likely going to disassociate with family. They're going to disconnect. They're going to be 100% institutionalized. You are going to never take a normal shower with no shower shoes. You're literally going to think ramen noodles and cigarettes are currency. And the second you disagree with somebody, you're going to try to poke a hole in them. And when you're institutionalized, it definitely makes re-entry more difficult. In fact, research shows that longer incarcerations don't really have any impact on reducing recidivism. In a lot of cases, it shows a more likelihood of someone reoffending. Why not look at community-based programming where a person can actually work on the core issues? Nobody just wakes up and wants to live a life of crime, right? Like, that's the culture we're brought up in. That's the only thing we know. But when we shatter that corrupt core belief system and we start rebuilding our ability to think, shift our perception, the next thing you know is someone like me who spent their entire life in and out of incarceration receives a full pardon with firearms, and I'm a homeowner, I'm a business owner, an author, a public speaker. I could just go on and on and on. But it was all because of the programs on the outside and not the inside.